Howdy gang, Michelle here, and today I am bringing you guys something fun that can be done either in the round, or you can do this flat to make a nice shawl or wrap, or even a scarf or something with. So I am calling this one Cleo, and as you can see, it's got some really nice lacy gaps in it. I'm doing this on the multi-loom in a 3/4 inch with the bigger pegs, but you can do this with a smaller gauge loom and thinner yarn if you want. But I love this new yarn that I actually found, and it's from Lion Brand. It's called Feels Like Flannel, and this particular color is called Ice Melt, and it's white with like a dark blue, a little bit of black and gray in it. Really like it. I like how it feels. I'm kind of particular about how yarn feels. If I don't like how it feels when I touch it, and I actually don't just touch it with my fingers, I'll put it against like my cheek or something, and if I don't like how it feels, I won't use it. But this one, compared to some of the other ones that are like flannelly or fleece-like, this one I really like. So that's what I'm using on this one here. And this is actually a really easy to follow along pattern. And it is a multiple of 6. Now, obviously, I'm still working on this one. So by the time I'm done this video, the pattern will be done. And you guys will have a picture here when you download it. This one is done in multiples of 6. And it is a 10-row repeat. And it's just 4 stitches. So you have knit, which is true knit or U-knit, no E-wrap, purl, yarn over, and knit 2 together. So as you can see, based on the chart and also in the verbiage here, you have row 1, as you can see here, is purl. Row 2, as you can see here, is knit. 3 is purl. And then you're going to set up row 4, which is your yarn over and your knit 2 together. On 5, you're going to knit, which is where you're going to knit off those 2 that are together. 6 is a knit. 7, you're just going to repeat row 4, which is yarn over, knit 2 together, and so forth and so on. Now, when you come to row 10 and set it up, you're going to go back to row 1. I have these up here, but as you notice, I have a purple border around those. That just shows where you're going to repeat. I put these up here so you can see that that's where you're going to repeat. So once you get to 1, you're going to come back to, once you get to 10, you're going to come back down to 1 and you're going to repeat. And that's where I'm at right here with this one. I just finished off row 10. I just finished off row 10 and I'm already down to row 1. So I have gone all the way around and I've purled off all of my 2 where it's knit 2 together. I purled 2 together, and now I'm going to go on to row 2 where I just knit 2 together all the way around. And then this is my starting point right here. So I'm going to do that real quick. You guys, if you want to get started on this, you can do your purl. If you want to put a border on this, I chose not to, because I'm going to steam this a little bit and stretch it out a little bit. I literally jumped right into the body. So I went and I did my purl, my knit, and my purl, and then I jumped right into the body, because it's basically what I would have done anyway when I do cows and stuff like that. I do like a row of purl, a row of knit, a row of purl, row of knit, 2 sets of garter. So you're basically going to do the same thing with this. All right. So go ahead and get started on that. And then I will meet you guys back here on row 4, which is our first row of yarn over, knit 2 together. All right, so now I am done with row 3. So I've done row 1, which is purl, row 2, which is knit, and row 3, which is purl, and that's where I left off. So now on row 4, I'm going to show you, which I'm sure many of you are already familiar with if you've done pretty much any of my patterns that require a yarn over. I'm going to show you how to do my little trick where you don't have to worry about your tension being too tight, where you could possibly break your hook, break your yarn, break your loom, break your nerves, okay, and move your yarn over. So down here is where I start. I have EP on here because I had used this setup for another that was a flat panel, and it just happened to work out. So rather than waste the tape, I'm using it again. All right, so, but the markings for me, like this one here, this tells me this is the one I'm going to yarn over. So that's why that is on there. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit it. And again, this is U-knit, not E-wrap. And then I'm going to knit the one next to it. So I just knit this one and I knit this one. Now I'm going to come back to this first one and I'm going to wiggle it loose enough to take it and move it over to the second peg and drop it on. And it's that simple. So now my first peg is naked. There's nothing on it. And my second peg has 2 strands on it. I'm going to repeat that all the way around. So let's go to the next set. So I'm going to take this one, knit it off, take this second one, knit that one off, come back to this first one, wiggle it, move it over. Okay, and I'm going to repeat that all the way around. Whoops. I'm going to repeat that all the way around until I come back to my starting peg right here. So I'm going to pause my video again. You guys go ahead and do the same thing with repeating it all the way around, and then I'll meet you back here for row 5. All right, so as you can see, I have an empty peg on every other one. And now on row 5, I'm going to knit, and that is going to knit off all the pegs that have 2 on it, and you're just going to work the yarn in front. So as you can see right here on this one that I ended on, I have 2 strands, 1, 2, and this one is empty, which is my starting peg. So I'm going to bring my working yarn in front, and I'm going to knit that set of 2 right next to it off. So let me put this right over here. Actually, I'm going to grab my pillow real quick so I can lift it up a little bit more for you guys to see. Hold on. Make it easier. There we go. That is a wee bit better for everybody to see. All right. So now, bring my working yarn in front, grab both of these, and just knit them off. And if it's too difficult for you to knit both of them off, then just do one at a time and make it easier on yourself. It's difficult for me right now because I'm trying to do it with the camera right there. But however you want to do it to make it easy for you. And then you're going to just knit all the way around on 5. And then you're on row 6, you're going to knit off again. So I'm going to move this out of the way. There we go. So on row 6, you're going to knit again. And then 7, you're going to repeat exactly like you did for 4. 8 and 9, you're going to knit off. 10, you're going to repeat 4 and 7. And you're just going to continue that until you get to the length that you're going to want to get to. Now for me, I'm almost at the end of my skein. This is a good length for me. So once I'm done, this set I'm working on, I'm going to bind off using the super stretchy bind off. And then I'm going to steam it so it lays a little bit flat. And then I'm done. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and this pattern. I can't wait to see what everybody does. So happy looming, everybody. Bye.